why it is important to protect your sexuality. Sex is a luxury reserved for committed individuals. One of the major failures of modern society is sexual indulgence. The promotion of sex is growing higher and higher every single day. Sex is now more encouraged than marriage. Sex is more encouraged than religion. Sex is more encouraged than work. We now live in a world where if you're a young man and you don't have a girlfriend, you're considered to have a problem somehow. Or if you're a virgin woman, you're considered old, stuck, old-fashioned, somehow suffering from shyness and low self-esteem. This world we live in moves too fast, and if you follow it, you're going to drown. It is important to always remember that you're a human being. You're promised a high destiny, but you won't reach it living an animalistic life. You have to be selective with your actions. You have to be selective with your practices. Picture these two cases. A young man, 17 years old, starts sexual practices. He's been told it is normal, it is instinct, it is natural. He does it for 5 years. At 21 years old, he got a kid with a woman he is not really in love to. At 22 years old, he got a VIH. At 24 years old, he got another STD. He wakes up at 25 years old, broke, sick, tired, weak, and he hates his life. You will argue that he's young, sure, but he's too heavy to take advantage of his youth. How can you face the real challenges of adulthood if you're already tired? How can you struggle and thrive if you're suffering from disease? The load he's carrying is too heavy, therefore it is very hard for him to fight for any real accomplishments. Here's the second case. A young woman, 15 years old, starts sexual practices. A few years later, she got impregnated by a man she doesn't really respect and admire. Yes, their relationship was not serious, but now they have something serious to care for, a child. She wakes up at 21 years old and realizes that she did not pursue her college education. Her beauty is fading, she has no money, and she is living with a man she hates because she sees him as the source of all her misery. Both these people are off track. They're all going downhill. They either never got taught nothing about their sexuality or they got taught the wrong thing about it. I do not believe in the 80s when the church were still standing that people had this openness to sex that we have today. And the reason why it is so much promoted is because human sexuality naturally drives attention and engagement. That is why it has become a powerful tool for marketing, entertainment, and modern social connections. But as a thinker, as an individual, I will argue that if you enter a store and the people in that store are desperate to tell you something, you should be suspicious about that thing and ask yourself, why are they trying very hard to sell me this thing? What are they hiding from me? What are they not telling me about this product? How many people got terrible upheavals through this practice? Endless stories, endless. I'm not saying sex is a bad thing. I'm not saying it is a bad thing. But what I'm saying is there is a way for it. We are sexually transmitted disease. That's how I came in this world. But what I'm saying is there are ways for it. There is a right way for it. As there is a right way for everything on earth. There is a right way to get health. There is a right way to get wealth. There is a right way to get happiness. As there is a right way to get sexual fulfillment. But if you ignore the right way and you go on your own, you're going to fail. You may enjoy it for a short period of time, but in the end, you'll one day look back and look at it as a regretful experience. That's why the religion encourages marriage. You're an adult man, get married. She's an adult, get her a husband. They never said get a girlfriend, get a boyfriend, save sex, this is how to do it. No. Religion said get them married, let them learn and grow together. On the other hand, society said here's condom for free, enjoy yourself. And evil is anything that gives you the tools to destroy yourself. A 17 years old man knows nothing, and she is nothing. Same for the teenage girl. They're just ignorant and in a rush to discover everything. But many things in life are better to be discovered when you're prepared for them. Otherwise, it becomes a harmful experience. Sex is not a bad thing, but it has to be done within a specific frame. That frame is called marriage. That frame is called commitment. Stories never end of people who got a little bit of success, a little bit of money, and think they can do everything. I'm rich, I'm successful, I can do whatever I want. And they failed. There are many men who had a beautiful relationship with their wives and cheated on her and ended up destroying their marriage. I've seen a young man with a promising career in football got terrible disease through this practice that weakened him. He ended up losing his seat in the football team. Nothing destroys a personality, a reputation, better than sexual charges. Nothing weakens the physical body like sexual disease. I would argue that sexual problem can even ruin a fortune. If you're an adult man and you're capable to financially take charge of a woman, you should get married. It becomes a mandatory. If you're a woman and you want to find sexual fulfillment, get married. Never ever accept a girlfriend, boyfriend relationship. That's selling yourself short. And every time you sell yourself short, your value decreases. Every time you sell yourself short, your self-respect diminishes. Every time you sell yourself short, your dignity evaporates. And the best way to sustain your beauty as a woman is by preservation, by becoming as private as possible. It is not more makeup and more shinichi. No, that can change your face, but that can't transform your energy. That can't change how people feel around you. If I was a woman and a man come to me, whether physically or on a social website, I would say yes. I will say yes and tell him if he wants me, he will have to marry me. If your intention is to marry me, I have a father or I have a mother. This is their phone number. Talk to them. Tell them about it. If they're positive about it, you'll see me again. Otherwise, I'm sorry. As a woman, if you talk to a man like this, if he's a real man, you'll be excited. He'll accept the challenge. If he's fake, if he's another alpha male made of bucks, you'll be scared and he'll walk away and leave you alone. The world will be a much better place to be if most women act this way. Many would have been saved from heartbreak, sad love stories, or taken advantage of by a man who wanted their sexuality and nothing else. So, take the chance, take the risk, take the high road. Trust me, it will be the best decision you've ever made.